What's up guys, it's Nicole, also known as Nikki Vegan, and in today's video I'm going to show you everything that I eat in a day as a vegan. But this is going to be the leftovers edition, so I have some cool little tips and tricks that I use all the time to make leftovers a little bit more fun and exciting. Leftovers get kind of a bad rap because they can be really boring, so I have some tips and tricks that will hopefully make them a lot more fun, because I honestly think that leftovers are so convenient and they make eating well and eating on a budget really, really doable and delicious. I teamed up with Thrive Market to bring you this video because I get a lot of my favorite groceries on Thrive Market, and throughout this video you'll see some of my favorite pantry staples and also how I use them, so I hope it gives you some good ideas. If you're new to Thrive Market, make sure you check out the description box below, but for now, let's get started with breakfast. I've been doing a lot of recipe testing recently, so I have a lot of leftovers, and one way that I kind of change up my breakfast leftovers, which by the way was overnight oats, is to really focus on the toppings. And I feel like everybody says that, just change up the toppings and your breakfast won't get boring. But I think specifically changing up the toppings to match the season is a really great tactic. So I start with the same base recipe. I will link this down below. This is my maple, cinnamon, and almond overnight oats. It has some cinnamon, some nutmeg, some flaxseed, and a bit of almond extract. And because of that, it has a really delicious flavor that works with everything from peaches in the summertime to apples in the fall time and kind of everything in between. So I love this recipe. Having overnight oats prepped the night before means that I can have a really delicious breakfast and a nutritious breakfast in just a couple of minutes, and some days I warm it up, some days I have it served chilled like a bircher, but on this day I topped it with some of this nutso that I got from Thrive Market. It's so good, and a couple of cashews. No, those are pecans, but I like that crunchy combo with some maple syrup on top. And then the real star of the show was some seasonal summer fruit. So I had plum and some berries, some apple, which isn't necessarily seasonal, but that's really what keeps things fun for me, is keeping it in season and changing it up according to the season I'm in. Hey guys, so it is lunchtime and I'm gonna make hash brown avocado toast, which I saw on Instagram from, I have it pulled up right here, I Can You Can Vegan, and she shared this picture the other day and I have been thinking about it ever since. Apparently she was inspired to make it after Shamelessly Fabulous also made it, and so apparently this is gonna probably become an internet trend because it looks so good and I'm so excited to try it. And it's just frozen hash browns with avocado and then everything but the bagel seasoning, and I have a recipe for homemade everything but the bagel seasoning that I will link down below, but that's the one I'm gonna use. But yeah, that's gonna be my lunch, or maybe part of my lunch, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna go make that. Since lunch was more assembling than actually cooking, I'm gonna show you how I make a really pretty avocado fan. To do this, instead of scooping out the avocado with a spoon, I'm just going to carefully peel off the skin, and then I set it down and slice it. Now the thinner you slice it, the prettier your fan is gonna be, but that's all you have to do, and then just press it and you'll have a nice flat, level avocado fan. Then I'm gonna go ahead and toast up some of these hash browns. You want them to be golden brown and crispy. When this was ready, I topped it with my avocado fan, and one of the reasons I like this is because it lays flat in a sandwich or a veggie burger, so it's a great little hack, plus it makes everything look really pretty. So we're in my spice cabinet, welcome. I wanted to show you this. These are like crispy garlic nuggets. So it's like garlic powder, just not as finely milled, and then it's crispy. And this is what I add to my everything but the bagel seasoning, my homemade version, and it just gives like the best crunch and just a little bit more flavor than the bottled kind. So I really like making it, and it's organic and I get it on Thrive, and so I just wanted to show you because I think it's what makes my everything but the bagel seasoning really good. Also, poppy seeds. You know how everything bagels have poppy seeds on top? Only thing I've used them for so far is the everything but the bagel seasoning, but as you can see I have quite a lot, so I might end up doing like a lemon poppy seed something in the future. But I just wanted to show you those two things because they make the everything but the bagel seasoning so good. I love ketchup with my hash browns, but on this day I wanted something a little bit fancy, so I went ahead and I made a sriracha ketchup. This is just what it sounds like. It's sriracha and ketchup. And again, it's not really a recipe. You kind of just do it the way you like it. So if you want it to be more spicy, just add a bit more and then just mix it all together. I did find that mashing the avocado made this a lot easier to eat. So definitely recommend doing that. Overall, 11 out of 10 recommend. This was so good. All right, snack plate of the day. I have some radishes, random cucumber slices, some shortcut basil hummus. It's so good and semi-homemade and very, very basil-y. And then I have some warm pita because honestly, is there anything better than warm pita and hummus? My favorite thing to do is to dip the warm pita in the basil hummus and then put a slice of cucumber on top. So weird, but such a good combo because you have like the warm toasty bread and then the creamy garlicky basil-y hummus and then a really thin slice of cucumber. It's just like refreshing and cold and warm, and you guys know I love a hot cold combo, so this is like the perfect bite. It's so good. Weird, but you have to try it. So good. I'm gonna go get some sparkling water and I will see you at dinner. Sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. So dinner on this night consisted of some more leftovers, so dinner came together in just about 10 minutes. I've been doing a lot of recipe testing, so I had quite a few versions of this Italian zucchini and chickpea skillet recipe. And so on this night, instead of serving it as a side dish or as an open-faced sandwich as I did before, I decided to turn it into a pasta. And that's one of my best tips for leftovers, is to try to think of new ways you can serve it up, unless you love the way you had it the first time, and then definitely keep doing that. But if you're thinking that it's kind of getting boring, then try to find a new easy way to serve it that will totally change it up. So in this case, I had some frozen cauliflower gnocchi. All I had to do was let it cook for 6 minutes and then drain the water, and I added in my chickpea and zucchini mixture with some vegan parm, and this was a delicious, entirely different meal that was so good. I like to create a contrast with something zingy and flavorful, and this salad dressing that I get on Thrive Market is a really great way to create a really zesty, crunchy, cold salad that contrasts that creamy, warm pasta dish. So I love having the hot cold combo, but I also like having the creamy crunchy combo and the sort of cheesy and rich versus the zingy and zesty and bright. I just love having a mix of different flavors and textures and temperatures on the plate. I find that even though this dinner came together in only 10 minutes because of the magic of leftovers, it ended up being really flavorful and exciting because of that. Now on this day, I also had some leftover cookies, and this might have been my favorite leftovers of the day. I got a bunch of pecans from Thrive Market and I turned them into these delicious butter pecan cookies. Now this wasn't quite the finished product, but they were still really good, and you know I'm not about to waste any cookies. So I had a couple of these dunked in some almond milk, and you guys, these basically taste like pecan sandies, but they have more of like a chewy bakery style texture. They're so good. If you haven't tried them yet, make sure you check out the link in the description box below. I hope this video served as a reminder that you don't have to spend all of your time in the kitchen in order to be a healthy, whole food, plant-based vegan. You can definitely take some shortcuts from the store with some great items that can kind of zhuzh up your leftovers, and by just meal prepping. And the way that I meal prep is by making extras. So I don't like making the exact same thing every day necessarily, but if I'm making overnight oats, I'll make enough for a few days. If I'm making something like my Italian zucchini and chickpea skillet, I'll double or triple the recipe and then freeze it or use it throughout the week in fun different ways. And that way my time in the kitchen is really, really minimal, but the payoff is pretty major, and it's a lot more budget friendly to eat this way because I'm not making all new meals 3 times a day every single day, because that just would not be practical. So I hope this video inspired you to get into your kitchens, get creative with your leftovers. I would love to know if you have any hacks for zhuzhing up your leftovers, like the one that I mentioned at the beginning of this video about just kind of changing up your fruit seasonally and keeping it seasonal so that you can get excited about the season that you're in and the season to come. If you have any tips like that, definitely let me know in the comments, and check out the link in the description box if you are new to Thrive Market. I will put some of the ingredients that I used in this video there as well, so it's easy for you to find. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you as a subscriber, and go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye.